Alright, guys. Here we are again. I'm gonna say it's been around a month and a half for us. Um, I know for me, I haven't been able to touch D&D or any tabletop role-playing game other than watching it for like a good month and a half. So, the audio will be a little scuffed. And I know that I think the last time we ever really got to play was the 12th of November.
Oh
So,
wow.
yeah, it's been a while. Hoping there's people that are still around to watch us, but it's all for fun. I'm very happy to have all of you guys back. Unfortunately, I think the brothers Kilton and Bosch aren't going to be here on time. They may. Is it possible they'll show up today, or is it not possible at all?
Um, they didn't say over the phone.
Well, just tell them if they could join in later, they'll join in later. If not, no problem. We'll just do three. I have a good idea of what I want to do today.
Yeah, I'll text them, but I'm not. Sure.
Yeah, I'm not confident. It's okay. We chilling. But yeah, other than that, we are good to go, and there's no. And I think we should just stop talking and let's just start playing some good old D&D. Get back into it.
Let's go, guys.
Right on.
Sorry, I don't think that played. It's supposed to play. There we go. So, nice to Greebo. 2 months ago, you guys first discovered Arby's. What was supposed to be a very simple fast food joint blew up into a medieval celebrity craze, said to have all the meats. The party split up in two different groups. One of Cora, Selena, and I believe Bosch to get closer and discover what happened in the Arby's, while Kilton and Javier proceeded to cause chaos on the outside. Cora, Selena, and Bosch were able to get in to the Arby's after talking to the fangirling guard. And while they weren't able to order and get in with words, they were able to get in through force. And what they discovered was something most serene. And there was a big fight. To put it simply, because the audio wasn't really good on the last episode, the players discovered a giant flesh golem that was using its own flesh as the food in the Arby's. And once it was discovered, it attacked anything in the store, from the chefs to the actual players, except for one Bosch who disguised himself as Arby's himself, the man Arby's himself. And to put this simply, in a very blunt but straightforward way, they still had a long day ahead of them, and they were already almost dead. And they left the chaos that they caused and proceeded to go get their outfits for this winter journey. And so we're going to pick up right now at the end of your shopping trips. All 5 of you, the 3 are currently present, have just received all of your commissioned winter wear and are at the edge of the nondescript district. Outside of it, to be able to describe yourselves, but you are you are on the outskirts of it and are facing towards what you imagine is the way to Beggar's Hold, which is where this fierce challenger awaits. So, let's start with some descriptions of the 3 players that we have here. We're going to start with Selena. What do you have on? What does Selena have as winter wear?
Well, I'm keeping my color scheme, but I am adding a little bit more white to the mix. So I was gonna like trade out my black cloak for like a white one for better camouflage, although I don't really know what the landscape is up there. But I do know I need thicker glove. Well, no, I don't want to have thicker gloves in case I have to, lockpick or something.
Yeah. Um. So, great. Do you have anything? So you're wearing just your similar clothes. You just changed the colors.
Yeah, and hopefully gotten some better armor.
Oh yeah. Oh, you want to talk about armor? What type of armor do you want to like get? You said I think last time your armor got partially destroyed because of the black sludge.
Yeah, I went down in armor class, so I just need more light armor.
Yeah. Um, you know Terralu enough. You've been to enough places where I imagine you'd be able to find leather armor really easily. Unless you're looking for something a little bit bigger, better.
No, I'm proficient in light armor, so I need to stick with that.
Okay. For, I'd say 5 gold pieces. Hold on a second. Uh... Just give me one moment to just... Yeah, it's for 10 gold pieces, you can wear leather armor. You can get another pair of leather armor. Non-magical.
So will that bring my AC back up to 14?
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, just knock off 10 gold pieces, and you can add a new set of leather armor and to do whatever you want to do with the old one. Okay.
I guess sell it back to them. I don't know. Maybe they could use it for scrap.
So, it went down 1, right?
It did.
Okay. If you want to sell it back to him, roll me a persuasion check.
Okay, I just have to tell y'all that Cynthia got me this really goofy freaking crossbow dice roller for Christmas, and I'm gonna use that.
You gotta show us it. Not now, but you gotta show us it eventually. That's sick. I just got new dice when I went to DreamHack, when I was volunteering at DreamHack, and I finally got the Kaleidoscope dice. Yeah, I always go to DreamHack.
Oh boy, David and Miguel were at DreamHack as well. They competed.
Bro, why did no one say anything?
I got a 14.
Oh well, you did it. Yep, you are able to get your 8 gold back. Because it is a little damaged, so just taking off 2 gold off of that. So you're able to get 8 gold back, so you technically only spent 2 gold for that armor.
Sweet.
Yep. Alright. And that'll be all for you. We're going to head over to Javier. What is Javier wearing? Winter garb.
So, Javier is wearing a simple white jacket with a dark fur collar that insulates him from the cold. He pairs the jacket with white pants, his iconic belt accentuated by the holster and rapier he carries. He wears black leather boots that are lined with fur that extends halfway up his calves. Around his neck and tucked into his collar is a dark gray and black schmog that he can pull up to protect his face from winter winds or from unwanted eyes. His D'Artagnan hat sits proudly on his head while a black cloak flows off his shoulders. And he is also followed by the scent of lavender that is still packed into his bag.
Beautiful. I could not ask for a better description from Javier. That's yeah, no, that is incredible. Good shit, man. Get inspiration. That's sick. All right. And finally, Cora.
All right, so Cora went more with like earth tones. So she's wearing a woolen, sort of blue green, kind of like the color pine trees, cloak, and then thick brown gloves, and also boots that are laced up, made of leather. And then she also has a very large scarf, very, very large scarf that almost covers the bottom part of her face if she pulls it up. And it's kind of a brown sort of plaid, so it's got like different fibers woven into it to create that kind of textured effect. And it also kind of goes down either her back or in the front, all the way down to her waist, when tied, the like excess. And then she's got a little tiny, because she's got a sense of flair and dramaticism. She's got like a little barrette on the side of her head on the left side that's got a little holly,
Boring.
a little piece of holly in it, you know, doing the festive thing. And then she's got kind of like a matching little like coat for Tressa. So it's got little fur lined hood and everything on it, and holes for her wings to come out of.
Incredible. That's awesome. Wow. You guys did really good designs for you guys, for your characters. I'm really happy. You guys took it very seriously. I mean, you also had a month and a half to prepare, so I can't say I'm too impressed.
I did research, including the pronunciations of some things.
Oh, you know what? The inspiration's well worth it. Okay, so the three of you are currently now outside of your of the nondescript district as I described before. Greg and Bosch are here as well in their winter garb. Though
Greg.
sorry, no, Kilton. You think you see Greg, and then for a moment there, it's just like a disappears and just Kilton. You miss Greg.
Oh, Greg.
Anyway, but yeah, the five of you are outside of the nondescript district, and you have everything you need to go. So now, I'm going to ask this one time. Is there anything else you want from this place? From nondescript district, from Terralu, anything at all?
I kind of want to look for a crossbow. Shut up, Cynthia.
Of course you do.
You know what? The same place that you got the armor, I'd say you could also get a crossbow. Just if you want to get a crossbow from there, it's gonna cost you a little bit more because they're not really a weapon shop.
It's not the same thing, but if you want, I have a longbow on me.
Do you want a hand or light crossbow?
Okay, my proficiencies say I guess a hand crossbow.
Could that be like 100 gold pieces? It's
Never mind.
It's originally 75, but they rounded it up because it's like a armor place. So yeah.
I'm cheap.
So, yeah.
I will think about it when we come back from saving Greg.
Yeah. Okay. So you also have a fucking oath bow, which is like super broken already. So.
I know, but I just wanted just to like play with it.
I'll tell you what. Roll me a persuasion check.
That'll be a 21.
He doesn't give you a full crossbow. He gives you a broken down crossbow for the cost of 5 gold, just so you can play with it.
I will take that crap.
Put down a broken crossbow for 5 gold pieces. It's like, it's very broken. Like, it's broken in half. as in like for some reason it was exploded, or in the inside where the bolt was snapped, and it just broke the wood in half, and the metals like shot out everywhere, just kind of loosely hanging. But it could work if it was fixed.
I could try fiddling with it.
Okay, sure. Broken crossbow. And take off 5 more gold pieces. Okay. Now, anything else?
Oh no, I think I'm good.
I was like, that's it for me.
Carlos, need anything?
Not anything I can think of. I mean, I told Javier where he could get in touch with me, right?
I don't think you did.
Oh, well, it'll be fine. He'll hold on to anything until I get back.
Yeah. Actually, it's funny you say that. Javier does find you, by the way, on the outskirts. And he comes up. And he's like, "Oh, so you're about to head off to do that quest that I told you about?"
Yeah, up there in, oh god, I need to...
Beggar's Hole.
Yep.
Great.
Well, I mean, yep.
So, I took a little bit of our money, just a little bit, and I was able to get something for us to be able to communicate. Consider it a business investment, okay? And he goes into his pocket and he takes out a stone. And he says, "Listen, I have one of these and you have one of these. All we can do is talk within each other for around like a couple of words a day. But if you need anything, you can reach on me on this." And he just hands it to you. Says, "This is what we call ascending stone."
Yeah, I know what ascending stone is. I already have one in my inventory already for Frank.
Wait, you have ascending stone already?
It's one-time use for this guy we know, Frank.
He just looks at his gift that he gave you, thinking that he was gonna be your first time. Like, oh, okay. But, you know, Frank fucking give you this, and he goes into his pocket, and just shuffles around, and he gives you like
Pocket full of lint.
Actually, yeah, he just pulls something out. I was like, wait, that's my pocket full of lint. I was gonna make a fire with later. And he just keeps looking. He's like, I had this. I saw this deck somewhere. I don't know where it went. It was in the office.
Really?
Yes. It's fine. I'm sure that it was a very special deck. I wasn't able to look at it, but I could tell it was game changing. It was like the item. It was the one thing I cherished, and I never could really. I wonder who took it.
Could have gotten lost during that fight with Demon.
Yeah, that's fair. He had anti-magic weapons that might have been destroyed. Oh well. I'm sure there's many other decks like it in the world, even though it felt very important.
Well, trust me, your ascending stone's way more unique than the one Frank gave me.
Oh really? How is it unique?
Well, the one Frank gave me was just in case of emergencies. After the one-time use, pretty sure it doesn't work anymore. It just breaks.
Oh yes, this one you can do. I think you can use once every long rest if I.
Yes, he just gave us this one ascending stone. It's for the entire party, not just for me. It's so if we need help or anything, we can call him and he will show up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, great. He actually, as you go and you look at your stone, you see on the stone it's made of like a dark brown amber, and on the stone it's actually the faces, 2 different faces. But when you look at your stone, yours is of your face, and you look at his stone, his is of his face. You guys look very similar, but you can see small distinct differences as he hands it off to you, that it shifts and changes to look more like your face. and he's like, look, and I went and splurged a little bit more, and look, and he talks, and as he's talking, your voice, his voice comes through, but the face on the sending stone actually talks, like as if he's speaking.
Oh, God, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah, can fucking Frank do that? Huh?
Probably.
Well, okay.
Once again, no offense.
Now it's none taken. I'm sure this guy's like a god or something. Even though
Ah,
gods
that's
don't
not
exist. Anyway, good luck. You cannot use that for the rest of the day because I just used it, but good to have for the future. Okay?
Oh, thank you.
Of course. And for the rest of you, and he just turns towards the four of you. If you kid, my brother fucking dies on this trip, I will find you and I will murder you. Goodbye. And as he's leaving, he's like, "Oh yeah, I spent like 50 gold on that, so you gotta put that in the funds." And he just leaves. So remove 50 gold from your funds for your business.
Business, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna take track of that shit. I have too many things to keep track of already.
Shit. Okay.
How much is left in the business?
In the business fund, 230.
Damn, I thought you only had 100. I was like, this guy's gonna get fucked. Do you want to invest any more of your money into this business before we leave?
Before I leave?
Yep.
No.
Cool. Okay. And with that, I believe that is all that you guys need to do. Unless there's something else. Going once. Going twice. I feel bad because Bosch and Kilton probably have other things they want to do. But I'm just going to fucking say, fuck it. We're going to leave. Finally. We are finally leaving Terralu and the nondescript district behind.
Oh, it only took like 2 months.
It really only
Woohoo.
takes 2 months. I could actually leave the camp. I could move on with our camp. What? Alright.
Oh wait, no, there's something I want to do.
What? Okay.
I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding.
It's like, oh, there's something I want to do. No, we're leaving.
Is there a recap of something going on in the nondescript district?
Do you want me to recap something going on in the nondescript
It'd be
district?
very funny if something was going on.
Okay, you know what? I will say, as Javier leaves, you go and walk through, and as you describe, he describes how much money it was. You see the tentacles start reaching out, and they start to rush at Javier because he went into the nondescript district, and he looks at it and says, "Uh-oh," and just runs away. And you see tentacles chasing after Javier. And then you see people chasing after Javier because they look like Carlos, and he looks like Carlos. And then Carlos, and you look at the pictures, and now the ink is gone from the pictures, and it just looks like Carlos. But now Javier, so Javier is not only being chased by tentacles, but also the people of the town as they think he murdered someone. So yeah, that's something to describe
Whoops.
in the nondescript district. May we continue?
What do you say, guys? Should we continue? I want to hear
Yeah,
from the
let's go
audience.
get Greg back.
All right.
People comment down
Let's do it.
below.
And then the music fucking...
It's a choose your own story thing.
Right.
Gotta get some engagement.
I didn't realize we had become Dora the Explorer.
No.
I'd like to talk about Raid Shadow Legends. God, I can't talk.
Do you see the map? Very good.
God fucking damn it.
Swiper, no swiping.
I just want to play this stupid freaking song. I just want to play...
So now we should talk about our sponsorship, right? No.
Kill.
One day, guys. One day, guys. Here we go.
His name's Kilgore?
Here we
What's
go.
his name?
Which one?
Who?
Miguel's character. It's Kilgore?
Kilton.
Kilton? Yeah,
Kilton
Kilton no
marbles.
swiping.
Tilted no swiping. Anyway.
Yeah, Kitlins.
Mm.
Anyway, so the five of you, after seeing your brother get chased into a nondescript district, out of the nondescript district, the five of you start your journey towards Beggar's Hole.
Just until we're out of Teruwu, I think I'm going to use the Shemagh to cover my face.
Oh, you are definitely used the schmog to get out. You had to leave through the nondescript district, and as you guys leave, you move the shawl, and you are able to face pure wildlife, pure woodlands, for the next, what you assume is based off the day of travel. Just roll me a easy survival check, just to see if you guys know your way up and down from down.
So, are we traveling over land?
Yeah, right now you're traveling overland.
So, we have a map, right? Like a physical map?
Yeah, you remember that Frank gave you a map that updates with the more you move, and also sometimes will eventually change the scenery of the place based off of how the world is right now.
So, guys, looking on the map itself, it looks like as soon as we leave the nondescript district, there's maybe a few miles of woodlands until we reach a river.
I
and
will say
directly
that the
across that river is, like, a
wordings,
mountain.
the wordings are just the words. You still have like all that ground underneath it.
Okay. Well, once we make it to the border, we're gonna have to go across a river, and it's going to be like immediately into a giant mountain range.
I need to heal.
Yeah, me too. Did we do a long rest?
I don't know.
Did we rest at all or nah?
No, you guys went. If you like to take I would say, if you want to consider shopping for clothes a short rest, sure, but
Okay.
you do not take a long rest. And if you wanted to take a long rest, you're welcome to take a long rest in the woods. You're welcome to go back to Terralu and take a long rest. But it's still early morning. I'm talking like this is, 10 a.m. in the morning.
At this point, I think we should probably just keep advancing until we make it to the river, in which case we can set up camp along the edge of the river. Yes? No? Any thoughts?
I'm the DM. It's you guys.
Sorry, I was trying to do the short rest thing.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, you all okay with that? Cool.
Yep.
So I do need that survival check from one of you.
I got a 20. Nat 20.
Nat.
Nat 20.
Okay. Nat 20.
With no modifier either.
Incredible. So here's what I will.
4.
Javier, you're just laughing at the fact that your brother got dragged into some other bullshit that's your fault again.
As it should be.
On that nat 20, I'm going to give you what you're going to make it. Honestly, you being nat 20 from Selena or Cora?
Cora.
Cora, yep. On that nat 20, Cora, you succeed with flying colors, not because you know the terrain really well, but because of your survival. Because you've lived with Selena, who has an understanding of the woodlands. You also see Tressa just come out of her cat bed / lamp, and starts like sniffing the air, and in your mind says something along the lines of like, I'm hearing some faint music of like a caravan of sorts. They seem to have other fellow cats.
Ooh, we should go that way.
Yeah. So, and so you and all five of you are able to make this trip and get to the banks, outer banks, within the day. It will take your whole day to do it. But with that natural 20, you get to roll this next check with advantage. As it gets closer, you start to hear music. Light music coming from ahead, and as you get, because you're not 20, you're catching up to them on a much faster pace. You you can, and then there's one point where you can even just see a long line of wagons housing different animals, housing and with different people on there too, of different races, of different species, different genders, even families. And you just see them all walking towards that bank as well. So you have your next check with advantage because of that natural 20.
Nice.
What do you want to do? Or what does anyone want to do?
Do we approach the caravan leader?
Yeah, do we I guess can I tell whether or not they seem hostile or
Well, I mean, they're playing music openly, so I would assume they're either not worried about threats or inviting them to try.
fair enough? I guess Cora would just stroll right on in, especially since there's music and potentially other cats. She's just gonna be very enamored and just kind of do her little bard thing and just kind of dance on in.
Go. Okay. So you wanna join into the festivities?
Yep.
Roll me performance with
I'm
advantage.
staying in the shadows.
Yeah, roll me performance with advantage.
All right, 16.
All right. You go in. You are not a stranger of being just joining into like this is like the medieval version of like a mosh pit of just out of nowhere showing up and start dancing to the music. You even pull out some of your own light instrument and start playing along. You've gotten really good with your own music that you are able to like just join into anything, and your performance is good and it plays well into what they're doing. It doesn't help that, but it doesn't stop them from being like, "Who the fuck are you?" The moment that you start dancing, they join in, and then once they finish it, they're like, "Right, that was great. Who are you?"
Why, I'm Cora, the bard, of course. You haven't heard of me? No? Anyone?
Roll me deception.
11.
They're like, "Yeah, no, we don't know Cora the bard, but are you a bard?"
And she points at her outfit and all the instruments, like, yeah?
Okay, well, um, cool. Are you looking to join us?
Of course. Which way are you guys headed? Like, where's your path?
We are heading to Beggar's Hole.
Wonderful. Well, my friends and I are kind of heading north, so
Wait,
do you mind if we come along?
There's more than one of you. I only see you.
Well, about that. And she starts kind of playing a tune and kind of introducing the other two, but like in song and kind of talking about their adventures, but like more grand and avoiding all the like,
Don't forget,
goofy stuff.
Bosch and Kilton are still here, so the four of them.
Okay.
Okay, so this is funny because I will say this: if you want to do this and you want to make an impression, you've already rolled performance, and so they know how good you are. So I'm gonna need either you to roll a persuasion check with advantage, because obviously I assume that Javier and Selena will want to help out with this, or
You're gonna roleplay this?
it's up to you guys. Or we can do where I will roll 2 performance checks for Bosch and Kilton, and Selena and Javier, you roll your own. You roll your own performance. So it's either persuasion with advantage, or 4 performance checks.
I kind of want to roll my own performance check.
Okay.
Okay. So you want me to roll mine too? Or am I good?
How do you want to play this?
Tell you what, everybody, if you guys want to roll, that's cool.
When you answer.
Selena?
Let's roll.
Okay.
Get out.
Okay.
Ready for rolling.
Yep, you got to rolling. So, I'm gonna roll for.
Ooh, what are these rolls?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you know for performance, Bosch and Kilton. Bosch has in performance a +1. He got a 10. And for Kilton, he has a +0. Yeah, you know what? I actually really whatever. We'll play this out. Okay, so I want to say Bosch does a very basic like ta da 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 da. We're gonna start then with Javier. What did you get?
I rolled a 12.
Okay, so what do you do as you are introduced?
I think I'll do what Bosch is doing, just because I didn't roll that well. So just
So yeah, you both just kind of do that. What does Selena do?
She goes to like breakdance, but then falls flat on her face because I rolled a natural 1.
Wow.
And so this is funny. As you're about to fall on your face, Kilton grabs you by your legs and throws you up in the air. He rolled a natural 20, and he starts to juggle you with while doing the splits, and he starts going, "I am not Kilton. My name is Giorgio Manchester. I am the best known job offerer in the world. I can offer you anything you want. I offered this lady a chance in the circus." And now you get the reroll. I did
21.
Yeah, and as he throws you back up in the air, immediately do some kind of insane rogue somersault shit and land 3-point landing, and then you can add whatever else you wanted to do originally.
I don't know. I kind of want to continue with a breakdancing thing.
Yeah, you continue your breakdancing thing after being recovered by by Giorgio Manchester himself. But Kilton saved your ass, and but they are enamored by Giorgio. They look over at Bosch and Javier just kind of doing the that, and they're like, okay, they're just all eyes are on Giorgio. They're really impressed by you, Selena. They're like, well, quite the band of adventurers. Sure, I mean, listen, we always could use more people in this caravan. And you seem like well traveled. Especially this guy right here. He knows what he's talking about. We need jobs. We need to find jobs. We need to point towards Kilton. And Kilton's like, absolutely, I can help you find any job you'd like.
Well, Cora feels a little bit miffed at being upstage, so she kind of inserts herself in the conversation, says, yes, that's all great, and you guys can work on that at some point, but thank you for inviting us. We're glad to join y'all for the journey.
Thank you. You do have to talk to the caravan leader. Oh, actually, no, sorry. This isn't a caravan leader. He insists on calling himself the president of our society.
Tell me more about the society.
I think you're better off going and talk to them. And he kind of shows you to the front and he makes everyone go by. And you go to the front, and what you see is a elegantly dressed man, darker skin. He has very elegant makeup on of like red eyeliner and lashes that extend outwards, and his hair is like very short, but also very short but spiky, like spiky hair of black with little bit of like white tips, and his dress is very Ethiopian. It looks like very much like he came from a tribe of respect, and on his arms are two lovely women that also have garb that looks very similar to what in real world we call Ethiopian garb. And he's sitting there very elegantly, and in his carriage is being carried by two camels that are not liking this weather. They're just like, and he he looks at you all, and just acknowledges you all and says, "Hello there. I see that you want to join our wonderful country."
I swear to God, if we're dealing with another cult,
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, no, sorry. I should clarify. We are not a cult. This is just a traveling. We are a traveling society. We are a traveling city.
you said a country.
Yes, this is a traveling country, but it's also a traveling city of merchants.
Are you recognized by any foreign powers?
Ha 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 ha! We are the foreign power.
Well, we've had a fair share of clashes with some interesting people in the
Foreign
past,
powers.
so that's why we're a little concerned. But you guys, you seem cool.
Thank you. I think it is our distinct pleasure to have new adventurers join us on our trip to Beggar's Hole. Allow me to introduce myself, as I have not introduced myself yet. My name is Adamu Dawit Salam. I am the president of Later, our country.
Where you guys, do you just, you're constantly on the move? Do you have a home or?
We are what you consider nomadic. Our country will never stay still. We will always find ourselves traveling the world of Trifo Grand, from the outskirts of Afia Keys all the way down to Aylesbury, the tiny little islands that no one really knows the names of yet. We just avoid the tower.
Why is that?
Really hard to get there, apparently. Yeah.
Ah.
Roll me insight.
So people live on this tower?
Roll me insight.
Everyone or just
Whoever wants to.
okay.
11.
That was my roll too.
I need to start rolling my physical dice. I just keep doing it in D&D Beyond, and I'm getting terrible rolls.
Yeah, I
I
don't
got
think D&D Beyond likes me.
I got an artificial 1.
You seem like he's telling the truth. But also like he seems like with like a really low roll like that. He doesn't. He just seems like he's seen a lot of the world. But the tower, he just says, it's just really hard to get there. To be quite frank, there's a lot of whirlpools around that area, and there's like the myth surrounding it of just it being the place of creation for this world. And so it's just, why would our country want to go to the place where it was created? We created our own country. We don't need to go there. Excuse me.
Well, that's pretty interesting. So you guys don't mind if we accompany you the whole time?
Of course. All I need is 500 gold pieces from the 5 of you, and you are welcome to join us for life.
I don't suppose we could perform for our keep.
What makes you think you're worth 500 gold?
Oh, I'm definitely worth 500. Oh, you mean them?
You.
Me? Of course I am. World-renowned bard. Hello. I got magic.
How about this?
I'm not talking about you, Cora.
Oh. Sorry, I can't see what you were pointing at.
It seems like we need to show you the power of later.
Who?
Later. Our country.
Layden?
Later.
Hmm.
Layder. Later.
Later. Okay.
Like later hosen, but without the hosen.
So,
The hose?
let us get to the edge, and then we will show you why we believe it is worth 500 gold pieces for you to join our country. Come. But you will walk beside me at the front. And he just continues on. Do you guys do anything?
I guess Cora follows, but she's gonna whisper to Selena, "Do you have a lot of money? Because I have nothing, basically."
I think I should
I
clarify.
don't have anywhere near 500.
So I should clarify. It is 500 as a group. So it's like 100 gold per person.
Oh yeah, that's still not gonna happen.
I also don't have that.
Oh no.
I thought I gave you so much money.
I guess we spent it. I only have 8 gold.
I started a business.
That is
I
fair.
put like all of my capital into the business.
That is fair. Oh boy.
I have some gold, but no.
I think I spent it all on my really fancy, overpowered harp.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Guys,
I think it was like 300.
So currently how I'm looking at this, we were traveling at a faster pace than them. We caught up really fast. If we stuck with them, it would take us longer to get there. And they're pretty cultish. They sound very
So I will
weird.
also say you got a natural 20, which is why you were able to.
Mm-hmm.
I would even feel like I feel like even Javier would know, like, you were led here by this cat, which, by the way, is straight up chilling with a bunch of the other animals and having a good time. Cora, you do know this is your patron, and she's just chilling with animals.
That's true. Cora goes and picks her up and says, "Tressa, you're a genie technically. Could you give us money?"
She looks at you and says, "First off, that's kind of racist." Look, while I very much, I'm not. You really threw me off with that, Sakura. I'm gonna be honest, man. Like,
I do want to add that this guy
Broken
asked,
genie.
like he said, to join his country forever. It isn't just following along with the caravan to Beggar's Hold. They want us to join their country.
I mean,
That's a good point. I already signed up for that one other group, and I don't think I need to collect any more memberships to strange people. I forget what the other group was that I agreed to be a part of to get the harp.
the secret
Yeah, we're gonna have to
society.
sign up for Rocket Money to figure out all these daggum subscriptions.
It's not rocket money. It's arcane money.
We don't even We don't even have enough viewership to have Raid Shadow Legends. Why are you just name dropping random sponsors?
Yeah, it's arcane.
I
If we
mean,
mention them enough, maybe they'll come with a
Look,
sponsorship.
let me get better at this stuff and actually know how to do marketing and do better graphics
Well-
and shit and better storytelling, and
If
then
we-
we'll get there.
well, if we put it this way, I'm just going to say we already ruled out Arby's as a sponsorship by
Please, thank God.
oh, you don't want you don't want the meats? I'm just saying we ruled
Well,
them
why
out. as
not?
soon
We
as a
left Mr.
giant
Arby
flesh
alive.
monster- Well,
Mr.
giant flesh monster, you know that.
You know,
know-
sometimes counter marketing works better. Actually, you know, like you make it sound bad, but it's cool and hip, and then people like it. I don't know.
Yeah, counter marketing is great. Anyway, you know that you still have access to Adama's caravan if you want to talk, ask him more questions.
Should we go amongst the caravan and ask questions?
Sure, let's talk to everyone here and see how they feel about it.
Okay.
Do we want to go back to the people we approached initially first?
Yeah.
Do you?
Lead
Okay.
the way, Afif.
Who the fuck is that?
I'm
Anyway,
just looking at the sky saying this.
roll me a deck save.
I'm gonna use my real dice. Let me get my D20 out. Come on. This stupid little plate sucks. Come on, there you go. 11.
Yeah, you barely escape from a black lightning bolt that strikes in front of your feet as you say, "Hey, Phoebe."
I fucking hate the nondescript district.
Anyway, but yeah, no, you go back to the group that you first met, the people there. They're like, "So, are you going to join us?"
Thinking about it, very tempting offer. But how do you guys feel about your situation? Do you feel like, you're feeling fulfilled being in this group society thing?
Oh,
Do you have a dental plan, that sort of thing?
Oh, it's a country, and actually, yeah, we were able to leave and go as we like. I'm originally from Kitronessa. I'm from Aylesbury myself. I actually recently was there to visit family, and this country is very supportive, but I'm able to still go and see who I'd like. I'm able to travel the world. I don't have to stay in this country forever. I'm just staying here because this is where I work.
Cool. Do you guys pay for food and for the tents and things you're staying in, or are those kind of free?
I mean, we buy them ourselves, but they're kind of like ours. If we want to rent them out to other people, we put a renter's fee, as long as they go by the later's rule set.
Are
If
there
I'm gonna-
taxes?
Yes, I'm gonna be honest. He covers you as a country. I think of it more as a union. We're kind of a bunch of merchants, and all the families of our merchants that just stay underneath this guy because he's really good at running this union, but he wants to call it a country. Which is why he kind of was able to get away with calling it a country, because it's really a union.
Is this guy like a D&D version of Mansa Musa?
Who the fuck is Mansa Musa?
This is a little bit more of a meta thing, not in character.
Another next save. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Actually, I really don't know Mansa Musa.
You don't know Mansa Musa?
Who is that from?
Well, he was a African lord. He was like supposedly the richest person to ever exist.
Oh yeah, I remember.
This guy.
Entire countries like going through pilgrimages, just throwing money.
Oh yeah, Mr. Musa. Oh shit, I did actually remember this guy. No. That honestly, I made this guy right now. No. It's no. He very much this guy is, to put it simply, you Adama Dawit Selim is just the so-called leader of this country. He's just pretty much, in the sense, the union leader. He's just the guy that handles all the problems, that makes sure all the merchants are getting all their supplies, getting everything they needed. But he just goes above and beyond, and also has them taxed, and gives them proper housing that they don't have to pay for. They just buy it one time and then can rent it out and such. He's just more of like the guy that, like, not like a multi-marketing, because it's very much successful, but it's just like he's the guy that organizes the whole spreadsheet.
Okay. Hey guys, come in close.
Yeah.
Come in close. Kilton, a little bit closer. Yeah.
Oh, yes, sorry.
We don't have the capital to join these guys.
I was thinking maybe we could afford one night, but then we could probably split off, and if they're cool with us, maybe just paying for one night, like a meal.
Um, we could see, but honestly, at this okay, meta. This is meta, not in character.
Okay.
We've spent an hour into the session and we haven't seen Beggar's Hold at all. I think we should try to get there as fast as possible, without losing money, if possible.
I'm 100% with you.
Fair enough. Yeah, I was just thinking for safety purposes, but and a long rest. But yeah, we could head off.
Well, I mean, camping with them one night's one thing, but joining their
Yeah,
unclear
nah.
is a different thing.
Nah.
Yeah, let's not give them any money. I mean, we can chill for a night, but in the morning we out.
Let's make a separate camp close to the caravan, but not attached to it. Like just out of
Sounds
their
good.
like fire glow, basically.
Yeah, they can't stop us.
Yeah, they don't own the forest. Right?
Plus, I mean, we're close enough. If anything threatens them or threatens us, we can kind of group together and formulate strategies from there.
True.
Yeah, we'll stay on their good side.
I think
Yeah.
I think we've reached a decision on how we're proceeding.
And you exit the meta space. Okay. So, do you go back up to him, or do you wait until they get to the edge?
I think we should wait. There's no
So-
point in approaching him.
You guys get to the edge. You along with the caravan of Laden all get to the edge of Kitronessa. And as you part through this woodsland, you see a blank space and then a slight decline of like rocky hills that lead towards a beach that shows ocean spanning a couple of miles, and then on the other side another beach. Roll me perception checks. I'll roll for
15.
10.
Let me see what my modifier is. I got an 18.
Cool. I would say that Kilton rolled a natural 19. He's rolling really well today.
I'll make a joke since they're not here. Dice make the world go round.
Yeah, so Kilton got a dirty 20, and Bosch, unfortunately, only got an 8, even though he had a +4. You and Kilton are able to see, as the other's beach is going, you don't see grass or any type of like woodlands. Instead, as the sand moves further up, it starts to break apart, and you start seeing a white snow and ice that leads into this place. So you've had, and with that natural 20 from earlier and this now, you know that you are on the right path. And you know that for a fact that you are going to be heading into the Snowlands in a bit. So, as you guys arrive at this cliff, you see Adama stands up and says, "All right, everyone. We have a proposition we would like to make before we continue. It is still relatively early into the evening, where we have a couple of more hours of sunlight. We can either stop here for the night and introduce our guests to why we, Lieder, are considered such an incredible country of merchants, or we can continue down into the beach and set up camp there. What would you prefer, everyone?" That's not a D20. Where did it go? There it is. So, which one would you guys prefer?
If they kept going or if they stayed put
Yeah.
for the night?
Stayed and on top of the cliff, and then waited till next day to go down.
I don't know. Which do you think would be safer, you guys?
Like safer from being attacked?
Yeah.
Well, right now, as I understand it, where we're sitting at right now at the cliff, it's an easy place for us to get attacked from. Just because we have if it's a cliff, we have the drop down on one edge, and on the other side, we have the forest we were just crossing through, so reduced visibility that way. If we kept going into the snowy area, I think we'd be immediately like in the mountains or on the beach, and we would have more visibility since, as far as I can tell, there's not really any vegetation or trees or anything to block sight paths, so we'd be able to see any threats coming.
Okay, so I guess go towards the beach then.
Okay. So, give me even or odd.
How are we feeling on gambling today, guys?
Well, I will say my lucky number is an odd number, but you know.
Okay, let's go with odd then.
All right.
So you're just going to want an odd number for it to go down that way. Okay. The majority of the group, a majority of this country, raises their hand towards. Also, as you voice your opinion about going down to the beach, a lot of your group agrees. And so, Adama says, "Very well. We shall head towards the beach post haste and set up camp down on the beach itself. Let's embark." And now I'm going to need you guys to make your own decision about what check you want to make. This is a pretty steep cliff. It is traversable, but with you guys are not. I don't imagine you guys are on any animals. You guys are going to be able to do this all with a much lower DC. But for the rest, but you also see that this big caravan of people, they're struggling to get down the cliff. Do you guys want to go ahead and make this next check with advantage, or would you like to help them out and make it flat? Actually, you know what? No, it will be flat if you don't help them out, and with disadvantage if you do help them out.
I think we should help them out.
Yeah.
Should we help them, guys?
I think we should.
Yeah, I think so. They seem nice.
Okay. So you guys are going to be assisting the country of later into getting into onto the beach. Um, how would you guys like to help? Do you see that there's a lot of caravans and a lot of the carts, as well as lots of the animals themselves are way too wide for this steep thing. So what are you gonna do to help them out?
Well, does anyone know any like spells or well, I guess Bosch isn't. Is he with us or?
Bosch is with you guys. He's just
Bosch cast degrees.
Yeah, everybody slides down.
Bosch has Mage Hand, which can carry more than 10, can only carry 10 pounds worth of things.
Bosch also has that teleportation spell, correct?
Where?
It's I need to see the name of it.
Vortex
tell you.
Warp.
Yes.
Yeah, he does have Vortex Warp. And he does not use any third level spells. Let's see, 120 feet. I'm thinking.
I will say I also have my broom, so I could probably get like one or two people down.
We're talking whole caravans, unfortunately.
No, but like any of the elderly could probably I could get them down that way.
All right. So what I will say is this: if you want Bosch to spend all of his third level spells and one of his second level spells to get the Vortex warped, they'll get at least half of the people down, but not their caravans themselves. Because the spell only works. It must be on a surface or in a liquid that can support the target without the target having to squeeze. That does not include a cart, unfortunately. So it would work if you just wanted them to get down the hill, but it looks like they're going to have to go down many, many, many feet. I'm talking like 300 feet worth of cliff. Now, that being said, if you help them, they're going to be doing their rolls flat. And the DC is not a hard DC, because it's just going down the cliff. It's just more of there's a possibility of it going wrong.
Yeah. I will say also the broom can carry up to 400 pounds, so that could be like several people.
How the fuck? Okay.
I know. Yeah, it says carry up to 400 pounds. So
I don't know if it
how
can...
much does a horse or a camel weigh? No, I'm just kidding.
If you really want to know...
Honestly,
660...
Don't forget to include how much you weigh on that.
660 to 2,000 pounds.
Dang. So not a camel, but people for sure.
Yeah, definitely people.
how long this
And the cats.
Caravan or country has been going, I think they should be able to traverse down a cliff with relative success with how long they've been going. So, if we just listen to some of the caravan members and assist where we can, I think they would be able to beat the DC.
Yeah, so you're just helping by just listening to what they need? Absolutely. Alright. So roll your survival checks with disadvantage. If you guys want to make a different roll just to go down this cliff, feel free to, but just do it with disadvantage.
Would athletics work?
Athletics would work. Acrobatics would work.
Ooh. 19.
Okay. With disadvantage?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, with disadvantage.
What the fuck? Okay.
The other one was 22.
Fucking.
Holy shit.
Man, I need a lottery ticket. I'm rolling good tonight.
Okay. The first roll was the lower of the two, which was a 15.
Alright.
Alright. I got an 8.
Okay. I'm gonna. So, Kilton got a natural 18. Actually, no. Kilton failed. He rolled. Actually, he got a 10. And Bosch rolled. Bosch rolled a 9. Okay, so. I'm gonna roll now for the people. So, the thing about this caravan is that it is a group of 10 10 people. It was a group of 10 I did not describe this better, but it is a group of 10. It's honestly, there would be more. I'd say around like 50 um 50 50 wagons of different sizes and shapes. So what I'm gonna do is every die, I'm gonna roll 10 dice, 10 d20. The DC for them to succeed is 15. They add, because they have done this for a while, they're gonna add plus 6. So it's a 9 or above. They need to get for them not to have catastrophic failure. And I will say, Cora, because you rolled so well, you are able to use your broom to save the people. This is more of if the materials on this on these caravans can be salvaged. If they, I'm sure there are ways you can just find if you want to pick them up. But for now, we're just going to say they have to be a 9. You have to get a 9 or above on these dice, and there's going to be 10 dice rolls. Okay.
Can I do bardic inspiration at this point or nah?
I will say you could do bardic on individuals, not on the entire caravan.
Okay.
So if you wanted to give bardic to Selena, you could have.
Oh, I gotcha. I always think of it in context to
Don't worry
battles.
about
So I
it.
forgot.
All right. First 5. We're gonna see how many of them beat a 9. 1, 2, 3. The first 25. 20 of them get actually, because of your guys' help. Selena, Bosch, and Kilton. I'm not gonna put in damage for Bosch and Kilton because they're maxed, but you guys are helping them go across. And Selena, you are very much overlooked being a halfling, not because they're overlooking you out of spite, but because they can't see you with their big caravan. So as you're walking down the cliff, kind of pushing them along, they make one of them barely makes the wrong turn and almost hangs their wheel off the edge. And you look and you panic and you run up to help them, and they immediately correct themselves and they run you over. You're gonna take 14 points of crushing damage, bludgeoning damage, as this cart runs over you. But because of your help, it is successfully able to stay on track. It rolled a 10. It needed to get a 9 or above, and it got a 10 on the die. So you helped it, but at the cost of your health. As for Kilton and Bosch, they just stumble and fall off the cliff and eat shit. Bosch accidentally casts Grease on himself and fucking fails miserably, and Kilton just falls after him. Okay, are you still up, Selena? Yeah, at 8. Oh boy. Okay.
I'm at 22.
Oh shit. Good thing you got that long rest. Okay. And that last 5.
I used basically all my hit dice.
Natural 20. But that is... Okay. So we got a natural 20. So here's the good news. That natural 20 gets rid of one of their successes. Or one of their failures. Unfortunately, one of the caravans starts to slip as the wheel actually breaks from the pressure. There's a little bit of a jut in the rock, and it just snaps the wheel in half, and the cart starts to keel over. I'll give one of you guys to do one thing to help either save the people, or save the cargo, or both. Depending on what you do, it'll be a hard DC or easy DC.
I have a dumb idea.
What is the dumb idea?
I don't know. I want someone to say a smarter idea before I suggest my dumb idea.
I think we should go with your dumb idea.
Yeah, I want to hear it now.
How heavy is a wagon, generally?
A average wagon weight with a lot of things on it. It can carry up to 300 pounds of cargo, but then also it probably like this is like a wooden wagon, 600 pounds easily.
Okay. That's within the realm of realistic possibilities, like in real life. I want to grab the edge of it, the side that's not current, like the side that's not. So you know how it's tilting and falling over?
400 pounds. 400 pounds.
Oh yeah, that's very realistic. The side that's going up, I want to grab onto it and try to pull it down, or keep it from tilting over long enough the people on it can get off.
Okay.
Which I would say is a strength check.
Yeah, it's definitely athletics. It is athletics because you're pushing it down and making sure as this cart is falling, because it's very much off balance and the weight is shifting over is very difficult. But you're holding it down. I'll give you athletics. The DC, the DC for this is going to be. Ew, that's a little too high. I rolled 2d20 to see how much it'd be, and it was a 34. I'm gonna make this a DC 20.
Okay, do you guys think I should roll on D&D Beyond or physically?
Remember, you do have inspiration.
Do I really?
Yes. I gave you inspiration at the beginning.
What does inspiration...
So there's different types of inspiration. Inspiration is like you inspired you were doing something really cool, so you were able to roll a second d20, or you can use that inspiration to add, like, it's like bardic inspiration. This is just DM inspiration. You get an extra die to roll.
Okay, so on D&D Beyond it says if you have inspiration, you can expend it when you make an attack roll, saving throw, or ability check.
And you're doing an ability check.
All right.
Actually, you know what this is? This is a strength saving throw, because if you fail, you could be flung off with this thing.
Okay. Let me keep the numbers I'm getting in mind. So the first one was a 14 without modifiers. And the second one is a nat 20.
Oh shit!
So
Dude.
that would be a with my saving throw. With my saving throw, that would be a 26.
Okay, you almost instinctually, just grab it and hoist it back down with a nat 20. You can decide right now. Do you want to get the people off and then bring it? Do you want to get the people off and then let it go? Or do you want to actually put it back on track? And even though there's only 3 wheels, you can pretty much, the natural 20, you can bring it back on track and just have it stay still.
Would it be an additional saving throw if I try to bring it on track?
With the natural 20, you pretty much are holding it down, and you with that saving throw, you can easily just pull it back off the edge.
I want to pull it back.
Okay, you pull it back off the edge, and it is not moving because it's on 3 wheels. But you have saved, but everyone is on the cart, everyone is alive, and everything on the cart is still good.
Let's go, Carlos!
Everyone looks at you. Roll me a performance check.
Oh, okay. Whoa, why am I getting good rolls all of a sudden? This is crazy. Hold on, so with my modifier, that would be a 21.
You, almost like you didn't break a sweat, pull this cart back up. The people in this cart look at you, remember your face, give you a smile. You even see Adama himself look at you, and with an eyebrow raised, give a bright white smile.
Guys, we're doing good.
Actually, Selena, are you still here? Or is your service bad now?
I have very bad service for some freaking reason.
Well, we can still hear you, so you're good on our end right now.
Okay, good, because I just missed whatever y'all were doing.
He rolled a natural 20 to bring the cart back off the edge because it was very close to falling off. And then he also rolled, and because he rolled a natural 20 and he decided to bring the cart back on instead of letting everyone get off and just throw it overboard, he rolled a 21 performance check, and now something good happens. And actually, I need you to roll a performance check as well because you sacrificed yourself for the cart to survive.
Me?
No, Selena.
Selena.
Roll me a performance check.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure.
Hang on, I'm going to turn off my computer real quick, and then I'll be right back.
Okay, while we wait for that performance check. Carlos.
Yes.
You were able to bring the cart back on. You were able to have everyone look. Everyone looked at you and were very impressed and very happy that you helped them. That being said, the cart is still not moving. The people on there don't really have an extra wheel.
I'm going to assume that someone else in the caravan has a spare wheel.
I just said that they don't have a spare wheel.
Someone else in the caravan.
Not in this wagon. I see. Okay. So, That is right. It's only like, so this is a group of 5, and the first caravan's the one that broken wheel. Yeah, sure. You go to the other 4 wagons in this group. Roll me a persuasion check with advantage for them to give you their spare wheel, if they have one. It's gonna be a luck check to see how many of them do. They do not. They do not. They do not. One caravan somehow had an extra spare wheel.
See, you're not gonna believe this roll.
I rolled
it was a nat 20 with a +1 persuasion.
They look at you and are like, before you even ask, they just hand it to you, and in the wheel and in their hands as well as they hand you the wheel is a pouch of 50 gold pieces.
Wow.
Wow. so flattered.
Now is now the rest of it. You need to get the wheel back on. So I'm gonna need you to roll me a sleight of hand check to be able to put it on.
Okay.
Can Cora assist with a bardic inspiration? She's gonna like
Absolutely.
start a chant, saying Carlos, Carlos. So like the crowd just starts
Absolutely.
chanting to
And
empower
everyone
him.
is on board. They're like, Carlo, Carlo, as they just saw you do that.
Inspiration do again?
How much is what is your bardic this time?
It is a 1d8.
So you just make your ability check, and then you add that d8.
Okay, well, I got an 18. Should I add a 1d8?
Up to you. You can hold on to it if you like.
Oh, I can hold on to it.
Yep.
How long does it last?
I don't know. It doesn't really. I don't see where it ends.
I think it
Let me
lasts
look
for
here.
an hour, but
I mean, I don't see why not to use it. I don't think. Well, I'll keep it. I'll keep it for the next hour.
yeah,
Or however long
an
it is.
18 is actually just enough. Just the what you needed. You pull it up the cart and you put the wheel back on, and with a little bit of hammering, the wheel is good to go. The rest of the caravan is down the mountain. All 50 of the wagons are safe, and Selena, I do need that that actually, and you know what, Cora too. Both of you roll performance checks.
Let's just assume Bosch and
19.
Killian
23.
got zeros because they fell off.
Yeah, they immediately ate shit and just they didn't participate. So 19 and 23, great. Selena, they looked at you after you used yourself as a roadmap for them to survive, and they looked at Cora. Adama is smiling ear to ear, extremely pleased. He actually, as they arrive down on the beach, they set up camp, and he comes up towards you with the girls by his side and says, "I cannot believe it. This is the first time we have not lost a single wagon in our trip down this ledge. You truly are incredible adventurers." And then, as you look past him, you just see Kilton and Bosch just face first in the sand, just his legs sticking out, just moving slightly. It's like they're just stuck there.
Groaning.
I go help Bosch up.
And
Kilton can stay on the ground for all I care.
you help Bosch up, and Bosch just sheepishly just rubs his neck and just says, "Sorry, I couldn't control myself with the grease again," and just walks away.
I kind of want to extend a hand out to the caravan leader. What'd you say his name was?
Adama Dawit Salam.
Could you write that down for me for future reference, possibly?
Yeah, I'm gonna write that down. I even wrote it down in my notebook.
But yeah, I'm going to extend a hand out to him and just say it was our pleasure to help.
And he grabs your hand and kind of firmly shakes it. It's like, after that incredible performance and that incredible bravery, sacrifice, you truly are people that represent the core values of later. So, for this one occasion, I will deduct the cost of you joining our country from 500 gold pieces to 200.
Make it 150 because you guys ran me over.
Roll me a persuasion check.
That's a natural 20, which brings it to 26.
You need a 25.
Wow.
You just barely passed the DC.
You just
Yeah.
he looks at you almost immediately, just shoos his girls away, and just says, For you would get in for free, and you will become my new wife. You are beautiful. You are incredible. You have sacrificed yourself in the name of later. I will not have anyone else as a companion other than you. And he kneels before you, Selena. The natural 20. You just wooed this guy.
Wow.
Why, sir?
I'll let I can't believe that. Yeah. So with that natural 20 persuasion, Selena, you get in for free, and the rest of you, it's 100 gold now, so it'd be like 80. Yeah, it's 80 gold pieces. So just take off 20 gold pieces, and if you can't, I'm sure someone.
Hey, if someone can spot me,
I gotcha.
Kilton,
Carlos, do you need it too?
I think Carlos is fine.
I'm fine. Yeah.
Bosch hands his over, and Kilton's still in the in the sand. It's like
Could you also write the name of the country and put it into session points too, please?
Yes.
Gonna make these notes to add into my character sheet for my allies and everything else. Perfect.
Yeah. Kilton's like muffled, but you kind of understand it as I don't have enough money. Please help me. And actually, Javier, roll me a perception check on Kilton.
Okay. On Kilton?
Yeah. I'm gonna roll something for him.
I'm rolling perception.
Yeah, just perception.
I rolled a 12.
He's a little too late. As he gets up off the, so eventually one of the people in the caravan help him up. Oh, I forgot music. Give me 1 minute. What song would you like? What will we play today? Yes, this one. Sure. Here we go. He's a little too
So are
late.
you going to accept?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, maybe.
I was just looking at session chat. Got me a husband.
So to describe what exactly you see, as he's pulled up, a pouch falls out of his bag. A pouch of cards, it looks like. And you see a little shimmer on it. And you see him quickly pick it up and put it in his bag. Kind of not in the way of like it looks important to him, but it just is like something fell out of his bag and he just picked it up. And that's all you. And you just it's just barely noticeable.
I'm not going to press him on it, but I will make a note of that.
Yeah. So yeah, Selena, you now have Adama Dawit Salam, who just comes up to you with a kneeling towards you and says, "You are free to be a part of our country. You will be my queen. Everything that you need is available for you. Everything for you. And what is your name? My new bride to be.
My new bride.
Selena Goodleaf.
Miss Goodleaf. It is an honor to have you as a part of later. Thank you. Now, that being said, we have a little bit of sunrise left. Let us welcome. I assume that you all pay.
Yeah.
Someone spots Kilton, because I don't think Kilton has enough money.
Fucking hate Kilton. All my homies hate Kilton.
Okay, how
I still haven't forgiven him for stealing my bow, so
Bosch will feel bad and spot Kilton. So just tell Bosch to remove 40 gold pieces. And everyone remove 20 gold pieces except Selena.
I also want to ask, God, I need to look at his name again. Adama DeWitt Salam of,
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah. He just says, welcome, and let us show you around the this current city that we're setting up for the night. And I promise you, our merchants have some amazing items that we are willing to sell to you, members of our country. And maybe you too will become merchants and sell your own goods and start your own merchant business. But of course, that doesn't need to be a main thing. And he starts leading Selena through as people are setting up their tents for the night, as well as their little magic shops or their little shops of just knickknacks. You said you had a question for him?
I was going to ask him about possible. I wanted to see if you would be willing to like help spread the word about my adventuring company and my name as a whole. Because he travels a lot, and we're not going to be constant travel companions.
So we're gonna roleplay this. So he is with Selena, showing him, and this is the wonderful Aarakocra merchant known as Gloomjack. I gotta write him down now.
Lots of characters to keep track of.
Yeah, I'm writing them down now because I've forgotten most of them. So just assume that all of them are either somewhere in the world, and I will either rename them or they're dead. Aarakocra merchant.
Everyone's dead. Did you really miss everyone from
Gloomglack is well known for his goods that come all the way from Afiakes. From the Afiakes islands of Constellos. He even has some magical items that specifically are meant for Constellos and the continent of Afiakes.
I do a little curtsy and I say, "It's nice to meet you."
Oh, it's nice to meet you too. Thank you for supporting us today. We would not have survived with all of our family if it was not for you. After he gives you a tour, let me show you my goods and maybe we'll find deals, yeah?
Sure thing.
You can approach at this point, Javier.
Mr. Salam.
I never got your name.
My name is Carlos Marino, but...
Mr. Marino.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you again for that incredible display of bravery and of strength. My God, how did you do it?
I've been training for a very long time.
Yes, I can clearly see. Your arms are huge.
I appreciate it. I wanted to possibly strike a deal with you, possibly a favor, but if need be, a financial one.
A deal?
Well, as a nation of merchants, I'm sure you're quite keen on deals.
Yes, we are. But we do need... You know what merchants need more than anything?
Enlighten me.
Adventurers. Because adventurers are what gives us the ability to go out and sell these goods.
Interesting. Okay. I might have a deal that would benefit us both then.
How so?
back in Terawoo, in the I need to pull up the map. Where did we just leave?
The Kitchenessa continent of Terra and the country in the state of Terralu, or in the city of Terralu.
Well, Mr. Sawam, I happen to own and run a business out of Terawoo known as the. Oh, Jesus Christ!
You forgot your own business.
It's been like 2 months.
It
Can
has
you
been
blame
too
me?
much. No, I don't blame you.
I should have a note. I do not have a note. Wow, I'm stupid.
I think it was
Wasn't
Eminem.
it like Eminem or something? It was something silly.
Eminem, it was stupid. Anyway,
Oh,
my
Eminem.
we are a adventurer slash mercenary guild slash company, and if you would like, I can offer you 50% off any of their services and get you in contact with my brother, who is currently the administrator of the company.
50% off.
You could have a traveling band of our adventurers that protect your country at all times. Well, our country, I should say.
And how many adventures do you have currently? Are these friends of yours part of your guild?
They are not. This is my own personal party. I keep my business in separate from my personal.
Pleasure and business is usually meant to be separate. Isn't that right, Selena?
Oh, you know it, honey.
Outside of the... Okay, Meta, how the fuck are you okay with this? This man is like an Ethan... Anyway, back into character.
I mean, he got money.
Quite. Anyway, I'm trying to think, because originally I was gonna say I was expecting you to be like 50 gold pieces. Roll me persuasion.
I've been rolling good. I swear to God, this is gonna be a shit roll. Let's see.
And I'll say with this 50%, 50% you can roll advantage.
Okay, I need that. That's not better. So the first roll was a nat 1. The second roll was a 7, which with my persuasion modifier would be a 8.
So how many people do you have in your guild currently?
Well, my brother's constantly expanding the company, so it would be hard to say, but as of right now, I believe we have at least 12.
Carlos, I'm going to ask you, do you really believe you have 12 people?
I'm lying right now.
Roll me deception with disadvantage. The reason why...
Ugh! I hate that disadvantage. I just rolled a 4 and then a nat 20, so EP.
Well, the reason was for disadvantage because he looked at your persuasion, and once you avoided when the first time you asked the question, you avoided it, and that persuasion he beat your DC. And then when he asked and you said 12, you instinctually just gave that businessman smile, which is when you know they're full of shit. When you're talking to the leader of a country, he just looks at you and says, Mr. Moreno, thank you for everything you've done for this country. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I was excited to hear about your business. But I can clearly see there are not 12 mercenaries that are in your business. It doesn't seem like there even is one yet.
Well, that's fine.
It's not a no, because I do like your idea. However, it is still, right now, just a company with no employees, no capital, no way of earning anything. It's just investments. It's just an idea. If you were to receive... Okay, hey, Carlos?
Yes.
Pick a number between 2 and 6.
4.
Okay. We're gonna roll 40-20.
Didn't even manage to make it through my pitch yet.
Yeah, because you failed that badly. 26. 44. That's way too many. If you get a mercenary group of 20 people, come talk to me again. Then we will have a discussion.
Okay, well, I have not yet finished my proposal. If you'd like to at least finish.
Oh, my apologies. I did not know you were still. There was more.
I'm going to write back to my brother who owns the business about the 50% off thing. I don't care. We can keep that in place. Just asked you consider us in the future. But personally for myself, since you are traveling around, I was wondering if you would be willing to spread my name individually on your travels.
No roll required. Is this just for your business or for
Myself, I like to keep open to business opportunities and investments, other opportunities. My name being more out in the general sphere helps both me and my company, as I can more easily get quests or influence people who might have heard of me. And I currently go by 2 titles. Well, 3, I guess. I go by Carlos Marino, my brother's name. Javier Marino, which is my brother's name. Carlos Marino, and the Lavender Gunslinger.
Wow.
If you were able to spread any of these names for me, that would be an amazing deal, and I'm willing to trade some gold away for that privilege.
With a natural 20 on your strength saving throw to bring his people back, he just looks at you and extends his hand and says, I will do it for free. If there's ever an opportunity to spread your name, Lavender Gunslinger, gladly.
I will shake his hand and thank him. Thank you so much, Mr. Salim?
Selma.
Let me go. Salam. Okay.
Selma.
Selma?
Wait, no, Salam. That's right. Yeah. Even I'm bad at my notes. Okay. And you head off.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your strength. Bosch and Kilton have set up their own tents. I assume now that you guys are part of it, they give you your own space in the country and are able to just go off and just sleep there. Is there anything you guys want to do now?
Does the country have like any other like musicians or anything? Because Cora would probably like to hang and see if she can pick up some of their folk songs and things like that to add to her repertoire.
Absolutely. You remember some of the musicians that were playing the music earlier. They kept playing after you guys arrived, and they stopped playing while they were on the ledge. But once they settled down, you see them around the campfire. A large group of like individuals. I haven't really fleshed them out in my mind yet, but you definitely remember there was one elven figure, very tall and lithe, in garb that like a little too short. Like the sleeves just kind of fall out here, and they look like they're just playing this violin of sorts. But the strings are here, and then they extend outwards, and they attach back, and they're held by these extra little points. And as he plays, he's hovering his hand over these strings, and then occasionally will just pluck and just play. And then he'll also go underneath and just play the strings and then pluck, and just like it's very much like a harp violin. And it's very elegant and it's very difficult.
Oh, please, tell me more about this instrument. Where you purchased it, or is this an heirloom?
Mm. Um. Oh yes, you're talking to me. This is a magical instrument, not in nature but in design. I've I have no clue what it is called, and yet I can play it so effortlessly. It's like it was meant for my hands. It truly is a piece of the finest elven work. Because everyone knows that all elven work is truly incredible.
Did you make it yourself, or?
Oh, heavens no, I'm just a performer. But I did find this wonderful piece in a store a long time ago. Do you want to know how long ago that was, dear?
Yes.
150 years ago? I am an elf after all, and we live for a very long time. Which is probably why I know how to play this so well. Don't you think?
Hmm. I think I could give it a shot.
Oh, really? You think you, a tiefling, can do something an elf can do well? Oh, I can't wait to see this. Absolutely. And they move their arm out and a latch, and they move the shop over their head. It has to get over their really long ears. It's like, here you go, and they hand it to you. For performance, this is a new instrument. I'm gonna say this: you can either roll performance with disadvantage, or just a straight dexterity check.
You said a dex check?
Straight dex check.
I'll go with that. 11.
Not a dex save, it's just a check.
Maybe.
No, it's okay. Just roll it again.
$14.
Ooh, so close. The DC was 15. So, do you have a last bardic?
I do also technically have my luck weapon that allows me to reroll, but
If you have,
can I bardic inspire myself? Is
yeah,
that possible?
you can absolutely bardic inspire yourself.
All right, I'll add a D8 to that.
Well, I mean, the DC is 15. So you just, so here I'm gonna
Yes.
describe it like this. You take this insanely complicated piece of instrument, and originally you are struggling to play it. Obviously, it's very big and is meant for long elven fingers, and your hands, while you are a tiefling, they're just normal sized. So you playing it, and as you're stroking upwards, your little thing here snaps. The string, and it wobbles, and it makes a very weird sound the first couple of times, and you just see this guy going like, huh, told you don't know how to do it. And then something clicks in you. And actually, I will say this as well. You still, Tressa's back in your cat, in your bag, in their cat bed. They actually poke their head out, and in their mind say, "Do you remember what happened the last time someone told you that you weren't good enough at something?" What'd you do?
Cora feels empowered and emboldened and more confident after that.
And almost like you've played this instrument for 150 years, you play pretty much the most beautiful piece of work anyone on this instrument could play. You start by doing a simple crescendo of doing the entire strings of woo, except you also are having one of your fingers out that's just playing the harp strings at the same time, forward and backwards, and then just start furiously like doing a ballad with yourself in the harp. And you're just staring straight at this guy as you do it, and he just went from to and just utter shock. And as you play more, his shock turns into fear. His fear turns into anger. His anger turns into into embarrassment. His embarrassment turns into shame. And as you do the final high note string and swing, he collapsed to the floor unconscious.
Can I add just for flavor that she picks like a rare elf tune, but then starts kind of riffing on it and making it like a completely unique thing.
That's when he passes out. Cause like, oh no, remix it. Fully unconscious as someone just took something perfectly elven and made it more and made it hip. So yeah, you just
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Amadeus, but there's a scene where the court composer has his tune and Mozart starts playing and he's like, "Oh, that doesn't sound that good." And then he like just totally blows it like away and just like arpeggios everywhere and all this crazy stuff. So something like that.
you have just made a elven magician fall unconscious because he played his instrument better than you. Roll me a history check. This is a very easy DC.
Does a 9 beat it?
Yeah, actually, it's a DC 5. You know, one of the main in Bard College that you were never able to go to, but yet always wanted to. You remember the one rule that you always was able to like read about. If you beat someone with their instrument, you keep it.
Heck yeah.
So you can add a harp violin to your inventory. It's just I don't know how to word it. I don't know what I'm going to call it. Just call it a harp violin for now, and if you decide to find a really cool name for it,
Okay, we'll think about it.
Yep. It is non-magical, but it is a beautiful piece of elven instrument. And
You just Expelliarmused him.
I will say also.
Is it like the Elder Wand?
Yeah,
It's my name.
Adama hears this and comes up and just starts clapping like, magnificent, beautiful, so much better than anything Malin could have played ever in his life. Incredible work. What is your name?
Cora. Just
Cora. You are incredible. Truly, these adventurers that have come have blessed us today. Later have never been more prominent and successful. In only 6 hours have we found 3 adventurers that truly care. This is a great, wonderful day. Thus, I shall open for you a portal to the real marketplace. And almost instinctually, he reaches into himself, zips up his whole body up to his thing, and he opens up a portal. And in this portal, vines come out of it, as well as little leaves and like flowers of different different designs of like lilacs and celiacs and lilies, even lavender, and you see just chaotic energy coming out of him. And he's like, as it's like up here, he's like, "Come in quickly, for you will see the true magic of the Sealy Market." Do you all enter?
Yeah, he's my husband. I trust him.
Hold on one moment.
I also wish to enter.
No.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, I know. All right. Just give me 1 second. Let me just get the right music. All right. So, I'm gonna say Kilton and Bosch also join. As you guys enter through Adama's chest portal, as you guys enter into what honestly can be described to as a section of a different planet. You don't you see as you enter in, just you are in front of this big moonstone dragon. You someone who, this huge gargantuan dragon of blue scales and skin that his wings extend past 3 different stalls, but are hovering over them as if to shield them from the sun. His face looks one of serenity and peace as he is sleeping on a bed of rocks and wood that has been placed there very meticulously. He is almost like he's cradled like a cat. And you guys are facing him right now. All 5 of you. As you turn around, you hear the brash upwards like carnival / excited music of the Feywild. Music of excitement, music of very high tempo, high pitch, and high trello like music of upbeats. You see dancing happening all around here, different types of dances. You see goblins, fae, different beasts and plants that have been woken up and are able to speak and talk. Some of them behind vendors, some of them are ordering and purchasing items and just running around. And you see for the first time a part of a realm you have never seen before. In the weirdest way, for probably a short amount of time, the 5 of you have entered the Feywild. And you have entered the Sealy Market.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
And I want to make a whole session out of this, so that's what we're going to end today's session.
Oh, that's so crazy.
Oh, that's cool.
If you'd like, I'd like to take a couple minutes just to say, I want to describe a little bit more of the market. You're not going to do any exploring. So what I'm going to do is just pretty much tell you, this is, if anyone's interested about this, this is the Sealy Market from the wonderful, amazing new source book I got specifically that I've been so excited to use, the Book of Many Things. This is, when I heard about this come out, I was so fucking excited to be able to have a whole like campaign around writing a whole thing inspired by the book, the Deck of Many Things, and this Sealy Market is a part of that. So expect a lot of chaos next session. and I'm very excited to have all of you guys here for that. To give you a little bit more of a description of like what exactly is in the Celian market. This dragon here is what they call a Pazardine. They are a moonstone type dragon. So their skin is part of the moonstone skin. It's meant to represent that. And they're peaceful in nature, and they are considered the watchers of the Celian market. And you can even see as you're there, just taking all of this in, you see a lot of these patrons and a lot of these merchants of this market comes to this moonstone dragon with not offerings but with hugs and words. And this moonstone dragon, while it can't speak, regards all of them with love and care. You can see it in their eyes. They consider them part of their children. And for what, and I'm gonna let Bosch, if Bosch ever comes here, I'm gonna describe it to him. But Bosch is probably confused in this moment. A nice dragon makes no sense to him. So I also will say the parts of this market that you are able to see, as right next to the dragon there is a stall. A stall that has a map that I will share in the resource material chat right now for everyone to see. You guys see the fruit stalls, the secondhand trinkets stalls, the fortune telling stall, spell scrolls, antique dolls, and the rare birds and card collector stalls. But you can see some other little stalls behind there that, depending on how I'm feeling, might be their own interesting little stalls. So you have a lot to look forward to next session. With that being said, that's all for today. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you for watching. Very happy how the session went. I'm very glad that I was able to bring this in. And I'm excited to see what next week will bring and what I can make you guys get into. So yeah, that'll be all for now. See you next week.